Are you ready, kids?
Oh my
Aye,
God.
aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, who lives in Duskwall in North Akaros?
Oh God. Really starting with
Harrowed Council.
Scumbag scoundrels most evil than most.
blades and grinders.
This is the best.
Yes.
This is the best intro anyone has ever done.
I got up to
All right,
that
guys.
second
See you
line.
next week.
Had you tried,
nice-
had
for you all to be
had I not successfully broken you with that laughter there, and you had actually continued, it would have all fallen apart.
100%.
I did not have another 2 lines in me, I'm afraid.
You are welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Blades in the Dark, the best Wednesday game on this channel. I am your host, Mork Zero, once again GMing this game. And no, I'm looking forward to tonight. Unfortunately, we are hopefully temporarily, down a player due to IRL aggro. Mako will not be joining us immediately. Again, fingers crossed, knock on wood if you can, dear audience. But for the rest of us, we are ready, raring, itching to go. So, if I recall correctly, where we left off was an interest in traveling to Charter Hall to kind of mingle with the student body there, due to the fact there was like this new craze that had kind of overtaken the young students of the Charter Hall University, where they would feign pretend to have seizures and spasms and visions of things. With Harker, the jailbird contact of Stockholm, Mr. Stockholm, suggesting that not all of these instances were the kids playing along, that some of these quote-unquote visions that were being had were real.
was hoping. You know how powerful psychics are in Duskwall? I don't, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty powerful.
Well, you might be able to find out. But with all of that said, it is time to begin. Now, we left off, everyone taking care of all the downtimes and whatnot, so we are essentially just in the full free play section.
The nitty gritty.
Blades in the Dark. So, anything anyone wants to try and take care of ahead of time and all that stuff, you are essentially free to do.
Oh, did we want to go over Rayford's stash the coin thing that he didn't need to end up doing after all?
Oh, wait, didn't we mention that?
We talked about it. We didn't...
Stash the coin?
Okay, so you know how last score you converted some stash to coin to pay off the race?
Yes.
That was... Well, we forgot we didn't roll for our Vice Den. And we actually ended up making coin off that Vice Den. So you actually didn't necessarily have to do that during the Wraith meeting. Do you still want to go ahead with that just for the sake of that's what the narrative was? Or do you want to take the stash back and we take it from the coin that the crew kind of got?
You know, I'll just pay with my stash because it is an artifact that's mine, so I'm just not gonna charge.
That is 4 stash you had to pay to get to that.
4 stash? No, I had to pay 2.
2. He took 1 coin and 2 stash.
1. I'm an idiot. Right? Apologies. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We had a coin. Right. Apologies.
All right, so we'll leave it. That's fine. Well, where's my character stuff? I'm pretty much ready to gather info, so unless Ketsil wants to do his ritual stuff now as a little bit of time, and then we can go into gather.
Yes.
God, he'll get the goat.
Yeah, so let me see. Where is my thing? I do know the how to do rituals. You follow? So, I would like to, since we're still in free play, would I be able to perform a ritual prior to the advent of our store then? As a sort of prep.
Oh my God, we're doing a ritual.
Do you have the ritual special ability?
Yes,
Yes, you do.
I do.
Yes, I am curious to see what kind of ritual this is you are going to try and... Well, okay. So when you say perform a ritual,
Yes.
what is it you mean exactly?
Well, I've never actually gotten this far in Blades in the Dark before, so unfortunately you're gonna have to work with me a little bit. I do apologize in advance.
Good. Nope, it's perfectly
Luckily, use
fine.
my
I just want to make
artifact.
sure we are on the same page about that. So
I am on whatever page you put in front of me.
okay, so this is a blank page. Don't mind all the words on it. Just sign there on the dotted line. Anyway, so yes. So, you signed? Very good.
Yep.
I now own
Yeah.
your soul.
Didn't you hear it? Here, let me do it again so you guys can hear.
Better. Yeah. So,
Okay,
thank you.
there we go.
I will now claim your soul in the event of your death and sow it into myself so I can have 2 souls with which to bargain with the devil for passage into a better afterlife. Thank you. Oh dear.
He fucking yeeted himself to hell.
Was that intentional or?
100%. I mean, no.
Okay.
It was beautiful.
Beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. So,
Anyway,
back on track though. Back on
Yes.
track now. What we're looking at is a part of the creation system within the Blades in the Dark system. There are 2 types. There are inventing, and then there are rituals. Inventing, of course, referring to devices, whether they're alchemical or sparkcraft, etc., etc. Rituals follow a similar but distinct different format, and what that essentially boils itself into is you and I asking each other alternating questions to get a sense of how this ritual works and to generally build it up. And of course, within these questions, we can go back and forth with each other to get it as precise as we want it, as we need to get it.
I see.
I heard a science-based religion does this.
So what now?
I heard a science-based religion does this.
Science-based religion?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say who, but they're very prominent in California.
Unitology?
Close.
Look, unitology is great. It has all those markers.
Yeah,
That's a real thing.
they're just trying to make everyone whole.
Yes, make us whole.
And see you all next week, guys.
I'm missing someone here. Who am I missing? That's who I'm missing. There we go. Okay, so so this sheet here contains all of the information on appropriately handling the rituals and whatnot, as well as if you ever wanted to look over the engagement stuff as well, it's there as well, just so you can be clear. I'm not trying to bullshit you with it. Now, the first sort of order of business on there is a question that I will ask to you, and as we go through this, I will also be keeping track of it in another handout, which I've just opened up. This will essentially be your point of reference for all of it.
Okay.
So, And the first question is, what does this ritual do, and how is it weird?
So the essential nature of this ritual here is I'm basically looking to summon a shard, what's the best way to describe this? Like a memory of, because for those, just kind of to recap here, the Red Mother is a warrior deity. She's basically fought an endless war for all time and will basically never end. It's eternal war. So what I would like to do is essentially condense down a memory of just a small portion of that experience in a never-ending war to a shard I can basically summon, and it basically grants one moment in time where I can tap into her power, and it will assist me in something I'm trying to do. It's like a one-time thing where I can break this shard, I can tap into a memory of the Red Mother, and get assistance from beyond the mortal realm. Does that make sense? That is essentially
So
what I'm
summon
doing.
a shard of the Red Mother that can be shattered to tap into a memory of the goddess that it holds to gain an advantage, essentially.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I like it. So the question. So you will now ask me the next question on there.
What must I do to perform this ritual, and what is its price?
Okay. It's been a while since I've done this. Give me a second here.
Yeah, fine.
So along with the one downtime action, this is also going to be a 4 stress ritual.
4 stress for this ritual. Delicious.
You must have an available type of crystal. You must have like a available and an available crystal of a specific type. It is known as an it's known as dagger glass. It's a strange type of crystal that's found in the Dagger Isles.
Okay.
This is the crystal that will be filled with this memory, essentially transforming it into the shard.
Okay, I gotcha. So I need to get...
Yes. Of course, there will be a tune roll for this.
Certainly.
But, yeah, that essentially is the long and short of it. 1 downtime action, 4 stress, and a crystal of dagger glass, which is a tier 2 item, I'm going to say, is required. It will be filled with the memory and transformed into the shard. And the last question. I'm sorry. We never got through all of the first part. How is this weird?
Actually, this might change your answer on the second one, so I apologize. I guess I should have tried to clarify. The ritual, what's the best way I can try to put this? Most interactions with the Red Mother rely upon blood.
Ah.
It doesn't necessarily matters whose it is, but generally speaking, it is best acquired from the one using it. So in this case, Ketsiel would probably need to sacrifice a portion of his own blood to really make it work, if that makes sense. He's literally trading
again.
he's literally trading his own life essence explicitly for the Red Mother's favor. It's not really like blood magic or anything like. It's not really like blood magic. It's basically an exchange. That's probably the best way I could put it. One life for another.
Okay, we can work with that. Typically, I've always read how is it weird as sort of what are the side effects of it, but I like
anemia.
yeah, no, I like your answer. It beats a lot of the answer I've gotten quite a bit when I've gone through this process of, well, it's an arcane ritual, that's why it's weird.
Boy,
it temporarily.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So yeah, I'm also going to add on to that. It will be filled with the memory and transformed into the shard by dousing it in blood of the performer. In the blood of the performer, that of course being you. This will result in level 1 harm, ritually bled.
Well, that makes sense.
And lastly, what new belief or fear does knowledge of this ritual and its attendant occult forces instill in you?
Let's see. Fear doesn't really feel like it applies here, just giving some of my other special abilities and background. As far as knowledge of this ritual, let's see. It probably just really hits home the nature of, exchange of lives, really. Trading his own life energy, his own life force, basically, for power. And what the limits of that could or may necessarily not are. I would say it relates to knowledge of the occult exchange of lives. That's probably how I would describe it.
So, like a deeper belief in the value of the exchange of lives?
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it.
That's what I picked up, yeah.
I can't think of a really good way to describe it, so I'll agree to that.
And lastly, and just one last question as well, what name do you want to give to this ritual? It's not something you have to come up with now, just something to keep in mind.
Memento Mori.
There you are. The ritual is written down and ready to go. Now, this ritual will need to be studied before you can conclude it. You have to actually learn how to perform this. Actually,
I think I begin with one ritual already learned, but any subsequent rituals I have to study for. Is that how the ability works?
You begin with, yes. You are correct, yes. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I remember that sentence just as I was finishing up that line.
No worries, just to make sure I understand it properly.
So, yeah.
Groovy.
Yep, that concludes the ritual. And you can also edit that ritual sheet as well to edit the name or clarify anything in the wording that's there if you feel like you need to.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, so I imagine you're going to perform this ritual now, or you're going to wait off on that?
Oh no, now's a great time to do it.
Is it?
Absolutely, positively.
Very good.
There could not be a better time. Unfortunately, I have used both my downtimes, so I'm going to have to pay 2 stash for this now, correct?
We do have, I think we have one. So what?
Or a coin from the crew.
Yes, or a rep from the crew.
Or a rep from the crew.
It kind of made sense to, it feels like it makes more sense to pay coin for this. I'm going to say, how much money does the cult have? Actually, where's our cult sheet? Here we go. We
We
have
also gotta pay the
3
grinders.
coin.
I don't think they'll take her up.
We can always pay personal coin for that though if needs be. So I'm gonna take 1 coin from the crew since this is really gonna be for our entire crew's benefit.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, so I have removed a coin from that. I will use that to pay my way to beginning this. And I will need 4 stress as well.
That is correct.
And I need a crystal of dagger glass. So you said this is tier 2. This is not something we would have floating around or we would have relative access to, I assume.
Yes, an acquire asset will be needed to acquire this, which is another downtime action.
Oh, damn it. All right, I will pay my personal. Is this a reusable item or am I basically breaking this every time I use it?
You will break it every time, yes.
We need
That's why you
money.
need to find a supplier.
You can spend rep, and we still have coin on the sheet as well.
True. I'll pay 2 personal stash to get a coin to do this.
Okay.
So I have removed that here. And will I have to make a roll for this here? For the
Yes, an acquire asset roll is necessary.
Alright, where the hell is acquire asset?
You click tier,
Crew sheet or personal?
crew sheet. Is there a tier on the personal?
I don't know, that's why I asked.
It's on the crew sheet. Yeah, go
Okay,
there, click it,
crew
and
sheet.
it should be set to roll 1 dice for your current tier. Now, keep in mind, you may need to spend coin based on the result of this roll to get it to what you actually need for it. Because you are currently tier 1, you need to get to tier 2. So unless you roll
Yeah.
a 6, you'll have to spend 1 coin. If you roll a 1 to 3, you need to spend 2 coin because it'll then be 1 lower than your level.
Let's see. Alright, well, let's...
1
Alright.
coin will need to be spent.
Okay, I'm taking that out of the crew sheet again. We'll make it up, guys.
Yes. All right. So go ahead and I guess temporarily add to your character sheet dagger glass, a shard of dagger glass. Dagger glass is it's a clear crystal. It's almost got a rainbow-like effect going on when it's held up to electroplasmic lights, but otherwise it's not really that. It looks like glass, but it occurs naturally in caves on the Dagger Isles.
Interesting. Alright, I
Is it
have
a
added a...
stalactite or a stalagmite?
Why not both?
Oh.
It actually occurs in veins in the earth.
Damn, the earth be bleeding crystals.
Basically. So yes, so you will now be able to perform the ritual.
Splendid. Alrighty, let's see here then. So, I will perform the ritual itself here. Let's see. Yeah, I'll do it here. I assume that this is going to end up being an attune roll to see how well it goes. The potency, yeah. Fortune of 2.
Exactly. Yes.
Alright, well, let's see. Fortune roll. Let's see how well this goes then. Ah, glorious.
Beautiful. I love it. I want you to write down this has become a grand memory shard or whatever.
Alright, I have marked it down as a grand shard.
Yes.
Alright. Alrighty, groovy. And I will mark a level 1 harm, ritually bled. And that's... forgive me here. When you mark down harm, it affects a certain category, or does it affect all categories?
It depends. It affects a certain category, yes. It depends on the nature of the harm and kind of how it's coming up into the case here. Generally speaking, this is probably going to be a prowess. If I really think your loss of blood is going to affect you here, But it could also perhaps apply to resolve. You've bled yourself, so you're feeling a little bit woozy. It's also going to depend on.
True.
Yeah.
Well, I'll mark
The
it down
nature
for
of it.
prowess, but if it feels like it takes effect, we can always adjust from
Yes.
there. But that's
Yeah.
fair. All right.
All right. Very good ritualing. And now we're
Right.
getting into the arcane aspects of the crew at long last a little bit. But that's neither here nor there. With that done, is there anything else anyone else wants to take care of here in free time? The Songbird, Mr. Rayford.
No, I have my thoughts of how I'm gonna adjust to. What's this place called again?
The
Charter.
Charter
Charter
Hall
Hall.
University.
Yeah, we need the money. I Amazon asked my Amazon team to get me my package, so I gotta get the money so we can get my magical book or whatever it may be. But
Yeah.
yes, I'm good to go.
I can't think of anything for Songbird for now.
But Viper,
As usual, I feel like I'm missing something, but I can't think of anything at the moment.
don't worry, we'll live. What's the worst can go wrong?
Oh, we can go in the gather info.
So, you want to gather some info? How are you going to go about it?
Oh, we got Harker. He gave us some information about the place.
Yeah.
What are they called again? The Wraith? Those guys we hired a minute ago, last session?
The Wraiths, yes. What about them?
Yes. They told us this place is very highly secured, so we should be on our toes to make sure we don't get arrested. That's another thing of information that we got about this place. I'm guessing we'll get more information if we talk to that teacher.
Oh yeah, you gotta talk to that teacher, yeah.
Yeah, if we want to do that real quick, we could do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. What's that guy's name again? Hold on, I'm checking the crew sheet. Come on, crew sheet, a little faster. There we go. And he is Gagan? How you fucking say this?
Gongan.
Gongan. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a quick conversation with Gongan.
All right.
Where is this?
Gongan is a Dagger Islander. So he spent most of his life in Duskwall's, basically assimilated to the city overall. He's also a professor of alchemical taxonomy.
So what is it?
Alchemical
Taxidermy?
alchemical taxonomy.
Okay.
He is a lecturer and a professor at the university. He has an office on the side as well, unlike some. So you could go to meet him there.
I'll meet him there. I don't want to blow my cover and have people suspicious of me just yet. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I don't want people to talk about me yet. That's what the score's for.
Indeed.
I'll go during the off hours when he's not teaching, or he's just sitting in his office getting ready to do another class or something.
Excellent, yes. You find him there. Darker skinned man with bright green eyes. He's wearing typical kind of accuracy suit, a pair of glasses over his eyes, and a large kind of Stetson-styled hat on his head as well. How do you like approach? You knock, you just kind of walk in.
I'm gonna knock very politely, because I'm not gonna fucking walk in when I'm gonna ask him questions.
Yes. He looks up from his desk, the papers he was poring over. Ah, Mr. Rayford. Good to see you. How can I?
Yes. I'll kind of walk in and like, hold out my hand. I'm like, it's good to see you too. How's the teaching going?
It goes. Is there something I could do for you, Mr. Rayford? It has been some time since we spoke. Though it was your friend Mako who accompanied you here last time.
Yes. Was very interesting conversations. But I came here because I've been hearing bits of rumors on campus.
What kind of rumor?
Been hearing that certain children are having, like, very stiffly hold my hands out and very slowly do air quotes visions.
Ah, yes, that trend. It's nothing to be concerned about, Mr. Rayford, I can assure you. Its children find it funny to pretend to be some conduits for darker powers. It has become a bit of a problem even in my class. The disruption it causes is hard to redirect their attention from. They find it most uproarious.
Very. What really mostly interested me was some of them have quite accurate information about things they shouldn't know.
He kind of
You know me.
frowns at you. You believe these rumors?
Not necessarily. You know me. I'm the curious sort. That is on par. My character is always seeking knowledge. But I just wanted to make sure I wasn't in my, how you say, like pulled by someone. But
If you believe these to be anything more than the fanciful imaginations of children with far too much time on their hands, then your leg has been pulled clean off, I would say.
very unfortunate. Do you know where this trend started from?
He becomes thoughtful for a moment, then says, "Yes, it began. It began with a student in the Sparkrite Tower. He was one of the students of the engineers. He collapsed during an experiment. When he came to, he described a vision of lightning with a face staring down upon him. I believe he was simply doing it to hide his own shame for not being able to handle the sciencings of the Sparkrites. But from there, it caught on. Different visions every time. Just an hour ago, a student in my class, uh, he described seeing a shark. A shark with a malicious grin that tried to talk to him and make a deal.
Hmm. Oh,
And
funny.
the other day, a student of mine described a two-faced woman. One kind, the other cruel, staring down at him with two sets of eyes. As you can see, and I do hope this helps you understand, this is fancy. This is fanciful interpretations.
Yes.
And
Only,
imagination run rampant.
yes, just make believe. Very strange what kids are having fun with these days.
It is, and it is unfortunate that it has come to this. There are true and dark threats in this world. But these playing at knowing them is more danger than they could ever be on their own.
Very strange. Could I have the name of these students? I don't want them to able to add a bunch of people like the drowned saviors or someone like that.
Drowned saviors?
Oh, haven't you heard?
Some sailor cult, I take it.
Yes.
Yes.
They're in the middle of a war right now,
Of
but
what?
they're looking for new recruits, and I would hate to have it as bright young students as this.
This is why the other districts are best kept far away from Charter Hall. The scum that lives in them. Very well, very well. Not just like that. Actually, I think a role here is going to be
I
needed.
know it, damn it. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's very much going to be torn between just trying to
Just-
play the
Stern
it's
teacher.
over there, not here sort of card, and then the knowledge is protection sort of card.
Yeah. What's my
We'll
position
call it
on
risky
that?
standard. This is a risky standard role for sure.
Do I get a bargain?
Ooh. Word will get around to other professors that you were asking questions about these quote unquote problem students.
Ooh. I don't think that'll affect me too much. Because we're going for students, mostly in the off hours, so... But I'm guessing some of them will do a little last 10 minutes warning lecture. I could compromise the thing. Is that a thing? Compromise in the setup role?
What do you mean?
Like when we do the thing right before we do any job, we have to roll all those.
The engagement role.
Yeah, the engagement roll. Is that a negative if I do this?
It could be, yes.
Could be. Damn. Okay, I'll take the bargain. And didn't need it.
Did not need it, yes. So, Gongan kind of hoes and hums in silence over a little while. Yes. The first student that started law was Jacqueline Letorge. He's a Sparklight major. Not Sparklight. It would be what's it called? Sparkcraft major. The second, the one that saw the vision of the shark, Ashton Nellis, a chemicals student. The final one is Marina Ixales. She's a very young student of the university, undeclared major. They're does that answer your question appropriately there? Or did you have other parts? Was there other parts of the question you wanted to answer?
I think that answers the questions. I don't want to make this
I'll put
suspicious.
I'll put it in chat right here, and with the with I guess the clarification of the gods that are the ones that you recognize if you feel like you need them.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ask a few more questions so he doesn't get too suspicious of me. Like, thank you for the answers. Goodbye. I'm gonna be asking him like,
Well, it's
Yeah,
essentially, essentially, though, what I'm asking is there anything more you wanted to get out of this role? Because
out of this role.
yes, anything that you don't think I properly addressed with it.
Besides just the students' names.
Yeah, if that's all you think you if that's all I think you got out of you can get out of this and all you intended to get out of it, absolutely fine.
Oh god. Or relate to this. Just those three students.
If you want some ideas, at the bottom of your character sheet there are gathering information questions that are designed to help inspire you.
Gather information.
It's at the very bottom. And this goes for everyone's character sheet as well.
I kind of like look at him and be like, do you really think this is just a trend or is someone else influencing this?
He nods sternly. It is a trend, Mr. Rayford. I'm not sure what you intend to or think is going on here. But this is youths using letting their inexperience with the arcane get ahead of them and knowing they can still hide behind the shield of their youthful ignorance a few years longer.
Yes. Just one more question before I leave. Is there any property available? I was thinking of starting, or at least funding, a class for this university.
You would need to talk to a name here.
Weird name.
Headmaster Zayenge. He gives the final yay or nay to all potential class. I was not aware you were accredited in a field.
Oh, it's just lectures. That's why I said I was thinking of funding one. I'm no teacher or public speaker.
You would need to find someone with proper accreditation in the field that you wish to post these lectures on. Other than that, the funding will see to the rest, I assure you.
Yes. Are there any teachers that retired recently?
There have been a handful, and he gives you a few names I'll come up with later. I'm guessing that's not too
That
it's
is
not
not.
too present just now.
Yes. My plan is later. I'm gonna try and fund a religious class to suddenly convince more people to go to Nicole.
That's exactly what I thought you were going with that.
Yes. Kind of stand up and I'd be like, and rather enjoyed this conversation. And thank you for the information on how to fund future class at such a distinguished university.
Of course, Mr. Stockholm. Please, come by and speak any time, or better yet, attend one of my lectures. You may learn something.
Oh, I hope I have time for such things. And I'll exit scene left or right, whichever the saying goes.
Exit scene directly behind you where the door would be, yes.
Yes.
But yes, that was good.
All right, so Viper or Songbird is going to skulk around the university grounds and try to get a sense of other dangers outside of the kids from the university itself, or
And
probably the
how is
university.
it? I'm sorry?
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just asked how is it you were going about it, but I cut you off by mistake.
Skulking around, like just hanging around and scouting out the.
Okay, you're just trying to pick up on things while not drawing attention to yourself.
Yes.
Right. Look, I'll call this just a fortune roll for this one around.
All right. Prowl, or do you think it has to be survey?
I was thinking prowl initially, but I will leave it up to you.
No, Prowl's fine.
Thanks.
Let me have a look at my notes here real fast, because unfortunately you're going to get very limited information with that.
Right.
Information's still information, sir.
It is.
That is true.
It is. But it is still limited. Limited information is also still information, and I'm having my information is taking a moment to load up here. But generally speaking, you are aware. You are aware. As you like witness one of these scenes kind of start getting portrayed on you, you actually bear witness to one of a student kind of fall into fits and then come out and start proclaiming about this vision that they had. This supposed prophecy about blood and fire raining from the skies, ghosts being washed clean from the earth, yada yada yada. But then you also watch campus security step in, and they remove the student from the scene.
By force?
Yes. Like the student tries to fight off a little bit, but there's it's not like it's not like he beats the student, drags him off, but there's like a certain lecture that's going on there. Threats of expulsion are mentioned, yada yada, and that sort of stuff, and the student kind of is begrudgingly kind of led away by the arm.
All right. Well, this somewhat pushed my luck to try and get some progress. Trying to think of what the question is I want to ask with this approach. Is there... So I want to use our ghost... No, not ghost. What's it called? Ghost echoes, yeah. Our crew's ghost echoes, and gazed at through the university through the ghost field and see what its echo was like, and see if is there like some sort of like arcane or supernatural like significance to this university. Like, is there something like that stands out that maybe was once there but isn't, and maybe why these kids are having these hallucinations?
A lot of Scotlanders died here during the war.
A lot of Scotlanders died everywhere in Duskwall during the war.
Many Scotlanders died to bring you this information.
Dying after the war.
True, they're still dying after the war. Yep.
Everyone's still dying all the time, slowly every day.
Make Scotland great again.
Mm-hmm.
I almost just sung that entire conversation as a parody of Zombie by the Cranberries.
I'm not familiar with this song, but I'm going to have to look it up now.
I will have words with you after session and enlighten you, good sir, but please continue.
Ooh, I feel like that's a threat. Take them free harm.
So
No. Enlightenment.
Enlightenment is a threat, you fool.
Alright, so can I do the tune for the Ghost Echoes thing?
Yeah, let's go ahead and see that. I like that idea.
There we go. Something reasonable.
Oh, now I remember my joke.
Your joke.
Damn Scotlanders. They ruined Scotland.
There we go.
Oh,
3.
God.
Give me a second. Give me 1 second here.
Kakarot and Scotland. Dust Scotland. And Scotland was Scotland. Damn Scotlanders, they ruined Scotland.
Well, I mean, we're at university. We could run into groundskeeper Squilly or something.
Yes.
All right. So yeah. So as you look through the ghost field, you kind of rewind time as you stare ahead at one of the main buildings in the area, and a ornament on there you realize vanishes after about a few months as you're rewinding the clock. And it's not until many, many, many years in the past that you see it show up again. It is it is essentially a statue, like a large ornamental design, so to speak, kind of like a U with coattails coming off of it. It's essentially being used as a what do I look? I don't know. I'm not even quite sure how to describe the architectural piece of it. It's like a statue on like the very kind of tip top point of a roof, kind of like almost where a weather vane would be.
All right, so that wasn't there, and then it appears as we go back in time. Where is this thing roughly? Like just.
It is the it's actually on top of the School of Spectrology. Spectrology, of course, being the study of spirits and the supernatural in the Blazing Dark universe.
Huh. All right.
Is it run by Zach Baggins?
I don't know who that is, I'm afraid.
Oh, you don't know what Ghost Adventures is?
Wait. Okay, it's coming back to me now. Yes.
Are there ghosts like hovering around? In the
no,
past?
not in the past. Oh well, you don't know about that. Well, you did get a 6 actually. Let me consult my notes here again.
I don't even know what I rolled. Witness a murder at Mattias Klein's house.
Well, again, you didn't even Did you witness the murder? Or?
I just found a dead body laying in the middle of the thing as if he was stabbed like fucking Julius Caesar. Did not help me in the situation I was in. I just know there was a murder there.
Okay, so yeah, last kind of bit of information you can get out of this, I think, is you do catch a glimpse of a trio of robed figures. At the very beginning, where this thing shows up, you catch a glimpse of a trio of robed figures erecting it on top of the school.
All right.
To give my players a better idea of what it looks like.
Yes.
This, essentially.
Is this in chat or is this at Discord?
Yes.
Oh,
I can't
yeah,
post
yeah.
I can't post pictures into chat. Rob Lake's chat. Upside down you with coattails of some like very, very broadly speaking.
It's like the Olympus logo or symbol. What is it? Letter? The letter?
It's like an omega symbol on crack.
Yes. It's very... It's like the omega symbol upside down with very pointy shoes.
Oh my gosh, it is like that, yeah.
Okay.
Except broken out.
That's all I really get. So, I guess Ketzel can do some gather.
We?
I like.
I assumed I would be busy with ritual.
What did you do today, Ketchel? Oh, I cut myself repeatedly.
My arm's like completely bandaged up. What do you have? A
Um,
smoothie?
Oh, nothing much. What kind of smoothie? It's nothing but tomatoes.
Tomato smoothie?
Hey, man. When you need to replace milk, you gotta do some crazy shit.
I disconnect from this conversation wholeheartedly.
All right. So
Mm.
what's our idea of the approach?
Yes, we might want to look at that. All this.
Was just rolling there, going like, "Fuck you! I won't do what you tell me."
So to kind of refresh your memories, it's been kind of a while since we had something this vague come up. There are 6 different types of approaches. There's assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, and transport. Assault is doing violence to a target, with the detail being the point of attack. Deception is alluring, tricking, and manipulating, with the detail being the method of deception. A stealth is to trespass unseen, with the detail being the point of infiltration. Occult is engaging in supernatural powers, with the detail being the arcane method. And social is negotiating, bargaining, or persuading, with the detail being the social connection. Cargo transport, of course, is just carrying cargo or people through danger, with the detail being the route and means. But I don't know if that one all applies to this in any way.
Well,
The detail is actually that little bit of information that you will fill in, though you know all of that already. Sorry to cut you off there.
well, I mean, I think Xanax was going for an angle of something. I'm curious what his idea was before.
My angle? Well, I assumed a whole either a whole significant class was having those problems, but I was not expecting individual students. I mean, I was expecting individual students. I was just expecting a condensed group of people that we gotta weed out. But
It's a school-wide trend. Gongan essentially gave you the ones that have caused him that, as well as the first one, the 2 most recent ones that caused him trouble.
caused him trouble. Okay. There's probably even more that we don't know about. In that case, I mean, it sounds either like a social or a cult score, because maybe they do know some shit. But
Well, you do know that this strange esoteric symbol is now on top of the building. Or
But we got
potentially esoteric.
going there with a skateboard and a cool band T-shirt, going, "How do you do, my fellow kids?"
Yeah, that's not probably not gonna work as much.
I mean,
I mean,
we're also trying to.
You have to have the backwards baseball cap.
I don't
Oh,
necessarily
that's
want
what
to
I
do.
needed.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to do just another social score. So I'm trying to think of how to push the occult part. Like we go up there and show them how to do rituals.
Halloween in Duskwall.
It sounds like it's going to be more relating to the occult. So, even if we deal with it in another way, everything we deal with is basically going to be occult in some way, shape, or form. So,
Let's just release a. This would be a great college prank. Just release a bunch of spirits on the campus. Whoever doesn't freak out, we take them. There you go. That's how we do it.
Well, because the angle
It's like that.
the angle I was going for is that they're beginner or amateur fucking cultists. Like they're kind of dabbling in it, but they're not there, you know. And it's like, what if we just showed up and just did the kind of "we're your daddy" type thing, and just show, like I said, show them how it's done, and just be like, hey, come over here, we'll give you a proper outlet in this shitty university.
I mean, it could be a stealth score. I mean, we're trying not to be spotted by professors and security campus. Because I don't think they're just gonna let 4 random people unannounced walk in. Okay, and who are you seeing? I was like, a student? Are you related to them? No.
I mean, we could just sneak in. I mean, it's fine. We know where they roughly are because they're probably going to be around that symbol on the roof. So they're either on the roof or somewhere in that building that the stuff is connected to. So we basically know kind of where we're going, more or less. We just need to like show up and take charge, basically, kind of like.
What? How do you? Is distracting count as stealth? Because I'd rather have this be. Because I agree, I don't want to do.
Like, it's not going to be a stealth just because we're going to
sense.
sneak in. Doesn't like that's not going to be the crucial part, though. It's like that's just.
It's not the crucial.
It's just
Our crucial part is recruiting.
yeah. Like we just sneak in, whatever.
Yeah. In that case.
But it's just like when I think of the right example of what I'm trying to go for here. I mean, it's kind of like, I guess, well, because this is a university, so it does kind of float. But it's like in how like some kids that do really well in their major, and then someone from that profession, especially maybe like a celebrity, someone from that profession shows up and is like, "You're the next whatever." You know, here's a job basically, and they like hire people. They'll often hire kids out of university, especially in their later, well, at least in their late years, but just as they're graduating, basically. That sometimes will happen if they're exceptional. So I mean, it's the same type of idea. We show up and be like, "You're those exceptional cultists. We're the real deal. Let's go."
You're out here. Drop out. Drop out. You're a dropout. You're a dropout.
Like, well, because we could also like sell it as we're like saving them from overexposing themselves. Like we can give them we'll be like, "Hey, we can give you a safe place to do this and grow without drawing attention that's going to cause issues."
Right. I mean, the only way I could think of turning this to a cult score is by doing a ritual in front of them. That's the only way I could think of.
Yeah, that's fine. We could do a ritual in front of them.
Oh God.
Yes.
You just walk in, you just see them holding like a big, and it's like, "What are you guys doing? Don't worry, it's for education."
Just make the kids show up and just be like, they'll have like little like miniatures of their these things they're having visions of, and then we'll be the real deal.
Yeah, I'll bring my giant statue of a centaur with me.
Yeah.
I'll do a ritual to summon Babo to do party tricks to convince them that it's a good time.
Oh no.
Babo's not here right now. Leave a message after the ethereal beep. Beep.
All right, that's what we'll do then. We'll do a ritual.
Now, the Bravo thing is actually the Archer phone prank.
Oh, I'm unfamiliar with this. I may need to be enlightened
What,
after
your
score.
phone prank?
The Archer phone prank. I don't know. TV
Oh, the show Archer.
The show Archer, yes.
I was imagining a man shooting a cell phone with a crossbow out of a man's hand.
Not the prank I had in mind, but I'll tell you all about it after the session. So I think we are just about out of. I don't.
You can do engagement.
You want to do the engagement now?
Yeah, I want to see what we're in, and I'll create the cliffhanger.
Very good. Okay, makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. So. Oh boy. Right, engagement. So we're going with the arcane then.
Yeah.
Occult then.
Yeah.
But yes.
And
so.
what is the detail?
Perform a ritual on campus to lure spiritually inclined people to us.
Yep. Then we gotta I was gonna say shock and awe them, but I was just like, it's not quite the right way that term's used, but I guess it's that idea.
So I want you all to go
Guide them.
ahead and pick your load.
Okay,
Gonna be normal load for Tetsual.
Makes sense.
Normal.
light.
All right.
Eat shit, I'm going in disguise as a grad student.
So, is this operation particularly bold or daring?
Yes.
Yeah, this place is very secure.
I would argue so.
Like,
Is it
and has
overly complex
zero
or contingent
occult
on many
influence.
factors?
No. We do ritual. We get recruits. Recruits give money. Done.
Recruits get knowledge.
This is very well, not complex then. There's plans detailed to expose the vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest.
No.
Does they have particular defenses or special preparations? Are they strongest against this approach? I'm going to say yeah. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
Hagen helped us out a little bit.
I am friends with a witch. Would she be able to provide aught of either insight or perhaps material
40.
to be assistful in the ritual?
I think we shall be able to do that for sure, yes. Just keep that in mind for next time.
Noted.
Enemies or rivals interfering in this operation.
Oh god. Listen, I haven't done the favor yet.
Who is everyone's enemy?
My rival is a spirit trafficker.
I recall we've already faced him as well.
We have.
Mine's the gang leader, and I owe him a favor.
Yes.
What about Mako?
Yeah. I like it. That gives me an idea here.
Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry about last week. Yeah, your rival's here. What?
Mako, this is all your fault!
How could you done this? You pissed off the wrong man this time.
Our score
Never.
score is doomed. Doomed.
He just joins the voice channel. Never should have come here!
You never should have come here.
You like the sight of your own cult? Yeah.
Oh god. What's the matter? Afraid of your own blood?
Yeah.
That should be big. I thought I was at the top part.
All right.
It's the
So
whole
there's one
damn
more here I need
goose.
to take care of. And are there any other elements that you want to consider? I can tell you that because this is such a secure location, I am going to throw in a -1.
No, we already took
Alright.
one for that.
No, you took one for special preparations. The just regular safe and secure nature of Charter Hall is a different element.
Oh, what if my guys are a little slow on getting that thing from the train?
Well, the Wraiths aren't a factor here.
Not a factor?
We also have that symbol thing that we can use as much as anything. So to help us with the ritual. So technically that's a factor for us then.
All right, I'll add that in. Anything else? Anyone else?
We narrow down our targets.
You're going to go specifically for these 3 then?
I mean, 2 of them at least know about. One of them specifically is related to Zal's.
We still want a group. The specific
Still-
people are good, but we want a group of people. We want a bunch of these rich kids.
True. If I guess as our icing on the cake, we would just come back on our free time to be like, "Yo, get over here, kid. Follow me to the poison forest.
Poison Forest, okay.
It's right there, though."
It is right. It is right there in Charter Hall, the giant park.
Oh, here's a plus one. This is from Crazy Maniac. Audience are awesome and takes an extra dice. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good guy.
Must sound like a -5 to me.
He was signing up.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Well, I'll give it.
No, you don't
I'll
actually give it.
throw
That's just a
one.
joke. Other factors.
Well, hold on. Now consider the
Following.
consider the following though. Your gods are connected to 2 of these directly. Perhaps there's something from them that can help you.
Maybe. If they're going to be...
Bargain. And something else. What's your god all about?
Well, I think that sort of wraps it all up then.
All right.
2 dice.
Hey, who wants to roll?
I did it last time.
I've not done it in a long time. I can do it.
All right.
All right, we get 2 dice for the engagement.
I'm proud of you.
Well, so much for a cliffhanger. So much for a
Yeah,
cliffhanger,
it's
guys.
roll tradition. So here's how I'm going to describe this. Then, the group of you, probably including Mako, whenever he returns, began to walk into the halls of the School of Spectrology, and as the camera pans up, we get a look at that esoteric arcane symbol on the roof, and it just sort of is lit up by a flash of electroplasm from a nearby from the miniature lightning barrier that surrounds Charter Hall.
Part of it.
You're right, correct. Part of Charter Hall.
All right. Well, see you in 2 weeks after the easy score is done. All right, let's do XPs.
Indeed.
Okay.
Let's start with the crew once again.
Advance the agenda of your deity or embody its precepts in action. No, not yet.
Not yet, you don't think?
We did a ritual. Someone did a ritual.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Ritual was done.
That's a one
That's
for
me,
us. eh?
Mizu.
Contend with challenges above your current station. The headmaster? No, because the headmaster would be the only thing. Otherwise, there really wasn't anything.
He's not like a dislike contact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's the thing. He's not really an enemy, so yeah.
He just seen I was talking to him about rumors. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's all right. No consequences will come from this."
Both your crew's reputation or
develop
develop
a new one. The talk with the headmaster could have been cunning.
Just the entire idea would if you set up for the score could be considered cunning.
Oh, buddy.
And express goals drives inner conflict or essential nature of the crew. Not inner conflict. Going after other cultists. Kind of dry or goals. Money.
Get more people. Yes.
I mean, we're a cult. We don't see them as people. We see them as money. I mean, wait, what?
Oh yeah, I see them as brightly individuals with knowledge that I can learn about.
Uh-huh.
Yes, because knowing people's secrets and blackmailing them is the most important thing about doing a cult.
All right. Who's next for personal XP?
Let's start at the bottom and work our way up this time. So that means we'll begin with Songbird.
Giggity.
Something else funny's going on. Just disregard.
Just a challenge with audacity or cunning. No.
Man's dying.
Oh no. Well, The gather information was cunning for the looking through the ghost echoes. That's one.
Was it? Yes, I'd say so.
Express for Blues rights, heritage, or background. No. And no vice or trauma. So just a 1 point.
Unfortunate. Rayford.
Yes. Trying desperate. I did not roll a desperate. Address a challenge with deception or influence. I talked to Gagan and did not reveal my true intentions. I kind of weeded out information without telling him my intentions at all. I got an advancement, and I'm going with calculated.
Very nice.
Influence, no. But express my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I do believe I want to help people that know information about our gods. Mostly try to. We're trying to get a bunch of people in, and that's my main goal: is to get the most amount of people, and try to get people who, like, extremely wealthy or just being a part of the cult because, hey, it'd be cool.
I thought you were the poor man, the poor people man.
I mean, you mean not a lot of college students are rich. Some of them are here for scholarships. But also, I'm also trying to get some information. I'm a curious person, as I said. I'm trying to find out information of anyone who has any connection that I don't know about. Let's take one for that, though.
Okay, yeah. Sounds fair enough.
Issues for your vice, trouser? No, I wasn't very paranoid. I need to figure out how to play that into this.
Makes sense. All right.
But yeah, I take those two, and yeah, that's it.
Hey, got calculated, which would be very, very good, I think.
Yeah, that's what I got right now. And
nice. Mako. Oh yeah.
He disappeared.
He's not here at the moment. Hopefully he will be around for the next session.
He's right there.
He'll then take us to Quetzal.
I am he.
He did the thing.
I wasn't gonna say it. It's not. This is charm when we start pointing it out. But I am grinning ear to ear because I still love it. Quetzal, your experience.
Yes. All right, let's see here. There were no desperate actions this time. A challenge with knowledge or arcane power. Yes, there was an arcane ritual. Now, wasn't there?
There was an arcane ritual, correct?
I would say that constitutes at least one.
I would argue so as well. Yeah.
Let's see. My beliefs, strives, heritage, or background. I do not believe there was enough of that to constitute. No.
You were, yeah. Once again, we did not have much of a Quetzal appearance.
Oh, that's okay. I'll make up for it.
I look forward to seeing that being made. It's just, vice or traumas.
My trauma is cold. That did not come into play yet.
You don't think? Maybe not, yeah.
Always next time.
Indeed. All right. With that said, we will go ahead and wrap things up then. Dear audience, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being here to enjoy this entire game with us. This Friday, we will have one final little special thing before we just go back to... I'm honestly not even sure what we're going to be doing on Fridays moving forward. Maybe we'll go back to Scum and Villainy. Maybe we'll move on to something else for a little while. But Wednesdays will remain our Blades in the Dark Nights, and I'm looking forward to next Wednesday when we start messing with some college kids. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. So subscribe to Valkyrie here on Twitch and on YouTube. Like, comment, follow, all that stuff. Everything you really need to do. Yeah, give him bits, buy him a coffee, whatever you can do. We love helping him out, and we love doing this, and to continue doing this, and kind of a long format, which we all want to do. We want to see him like be able to expand his I guess operations, you would call it. But
Right.
until such a time, that we are just happy to be here doing this. So have a great night, and we'll see you all next time.
Do
See ya.
rituals.